Ready. Ready, 88. 20. 55. Watch the curve. 22. Jet cover. 22. Jet. Ready.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Check 3, check 3, check 3. Check 26, check 26. Check, 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 check. Rush in, rush in, rush in. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Kill, kill, kill.
To throw is Newton. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
Gun. 55, my guy, 55. Woo-hoo! Watch twist, man! Twist. Check 9, check 9. 8!
Now Newton. Aguilar has it. 23 yards, the final tally.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
You got block me. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. On the ball. Express.
Out of the gun, Newton. It's caught by Aguilar. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards, good for a Panther 1st down. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46.
Check nickel. You go tight. You got
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Mike, 55. Check 55. Mike. Mike 55. Mike 55. Mike 55. Here we go, D. Here I get it.
They fake the give. Newton completes it to Aguilar. 11 yards and a Panther 1st down.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter.
Got you. 8. 55. Heavy. Switch up.
Hey, check mine. Watching you five.
Check.
Kill.
Alert flare. Kill.
Now a first down throw for Newton. And he's got the hook up to Moore. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
Ready. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
And that will be caught by Moore. He's got a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Panthers take it right down and score on the opening drive. Graham Gano on for the extra point. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 23. And he'll give it here to his running back. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Right there.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Tighten up. Tight dog. Tight red.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
And it's 3rd down.
Set. Blue 60.
Mike 5-4.
Oh, you got deep?
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. He'll get this one to Galladay. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Set. Got a 20.
54. Here we go.
On 2nd and 12, Stafford. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
24-yard gain on the play. And the Lions first down.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Stafford. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Brandon Graham applying the heat off the edge.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Stafford. And the pressure gets to him again. Brian Burns in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Here comes the Lions punter now. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here comes the Lions punter now. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script.
He's got a man complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A very solid gain of 27.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
So don't say nothing.
From the gun, here's Newton. He's going to look deep for more. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Brutal. So take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
I got you, punk. Mine's 54. Mine's 50.
Look at him. You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today. Look at him.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Call it 7 yards on the carry, so a pretty good game, but still left with a tough 3rd and 8.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here you go.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
55's mine, guys. 55.
Gun.
A shotgun snap for Newton. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers. Newton now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's 1st down. Now a shotgun handoff to Scarlett. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, 55. Hey, eat. You can't block me, sir. You can't block me. You can't block me.
From the gun, Newton. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. The run on first down gets them a couple up to the 27. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
40 got. 54. Bravo. Here we go.
Stafford now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's Luke Kuechly with a sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Real right, 22.
Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Here comes the Lions punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Flowers, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Newton to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Panthers, they widen their lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, 5-0. Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch the slant. 53's the mic. 53.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Incomplete. Intended for DJ Moore. It leads to 2nd and 10.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long.
Mike 51. Mike 51. 8. Check 4. Check 20. Under 10. 10.
Off play action. Newton. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Incomplete. Sets up 4th down.
On now, Graham Gano. He's hit from 63 as recently as last year. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
Quarterback, don't rerun. We ain't beginning to tear you up.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford going up top. A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Newton now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10.
You got nothing.
Operating from the gun. Newton. Flush to his right. And this is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Switch. Hatchet. Hatchet.
25. Check 25. Check 25.
He's checking. He's checking. He's checking.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34.
51 to Mike. 51. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. 51 Mike. Mike 50.
Now a play fake, and it's Newton. Eluding the pressure right. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Whip. Watch the whip. Shoot. 8. Check it out, Reed.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. And he's got his man. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina. 4 touchdown passes now for Cam Newton. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
And it's third down.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
I'm scared.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First down.
Hey, watch 53. Ready? 54.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Here we go. Jeff, 180. Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go. Let's calm the crowd. Straight green.
Right here, guys. Mike 51. Mike 51. 3 buzz. Slam.
20.
Watch out. Big Ed. 36.
On first down, it's Newton. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Hey, Mike 51. Echo.
See you lead. 51 to Mike.
Throwing again. Newton. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore. And now it's 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Watch the twist.
Mike 51. I got him.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Open man is Samuel, complete. Now the ball comes loose, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
That's trash. Hey, 50.
Here's Stafford. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick And it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
59.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Hey, exit. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
32.
Check, 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 check.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Play action. Stafford. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 30. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Again, it's Stafford. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Dante Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
Express. 8.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Aguilar has it. Might want to remember that 3rd down play, 37 yards.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10.
8.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
10 more yards. Second down at the 41. 10 yards on the pickup.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. To throw is Newton. And Thomas has it. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 22-yard line. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, It's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Back to the air, Newton on second down. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20.
Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe.
Out of the gun, Newton. And he's got the hook up to Moore. Touchdown, Carolina. Cam Newton with his 5th touchdown pass of the game as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play.
And it's 3rd down.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Yeah, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. The critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Back to throw. Stafford. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Vic Beasley. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. The D brought the house. They called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, and we'll find out later on, was that called before the play? Or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they get the set they want. They go right to the blitz. And in this case, they nailed it. Got right to the quarterback. No chance on that 4th down.
Check 55, Mike. Pick it up, pick it up.
Gun.
Pick it up. Ball shot. 55, Mike, 5.
On first down, Newton. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. You know, when we talk about runners, all right, and on running plays, runs after contact, we call that getting dirty yards, tough, gritty ones. To me, that's like the version of a dirty pass. He knows he's going to get smacked, yet still delivers the football and picks up good yardage.
Cam fakes the give and keeps it. A quick pass out to Aguilar. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down.
All right, partner, I wasn't good enough to get this done, but I played with plenty of guys who did. When they spotted wide receiver screen and they got to the football fast and blew the whole thing up, the same result as we just saw usually happened. No gain.
The Panthers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
54, right there. 54, Mike. Here we go. Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4. Hey, pick your game up.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, give me radar. Hey, high 7.
Mike's 54.
Stafford looks to throw again. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Big 20.
54, right there. 54, Mike. I'm coming. Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4. Come on, baby, come on, let's go. Jim.
11.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. You remember me?
And middle.
To the air again, Stafford. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 34-yard line. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On first down, it's Stafford. And the catch made by Johnson. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
It's easy work, and it's coming again.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Mike, check. 59, 59.
Throwing again on second down. Stafford. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches.
22.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Wants to run. They're running.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Throwing again is Stafford. And he finds Stills, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 13-yard line. Stafford, that is catch number 300 now for his NFL. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
Target. Watch the edge.
Easy, alert.
Sponge. No.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point forthcoming. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
51. Crunch time, defense. Hey, alert 3. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Shift. Watch that.
McCaffrey. And an alley to run. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 11 yards and a Panther first down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target, and it's 2nd down.
Set 180.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Throwing here, Newton. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Gano the extra point. That game's gone final now in Philly. And the Redskins coming away victorious there. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Check.
3rd and 2, Stafford. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defense